The second chapter in this masterclass is on transforming infrastructure. So, Richard, can you tell us how IT is changing? How has it evolved?
Yeah, so IT definitely needs to change. We know this. I mean, these are departments that not so long ago were seen as heroes, and now they're quite often being seen as inhibitors of business plans. And really what we're faced with is a change in the values associated with IT. The IT department of the past has had a very strong value proposition around availability of services. So making sure services are available, making sure they're secure, making sure your data is compliant. What we're faced with now with the new business demands on IT is a value focus for IT around time to market. It's all about the time to business value out of these new IT services. And this really represents a shift because it means high agility, and by that I mean high rates of change, the ability to deploy new applications and services very, very quickly. And because IT has been struggling to achieve that, we've seen this manifest itself in a couple of ways. Some companies are setting up departments called old IT and new IT. Some are putting IT departments within lines of business. And all of these are really trying to solve this dilemma of how do you bridge these two value propositions for IT services. Now, one of the things that we have seen is the rise of public cloud. We know public cloud proved that you can deliver IT services well described, consumer driven and self-served very, very quickly. However, the public cloud model doesn't work so well for enterprises. We have all these traditional values like the security, the compliance, the risk, etc. associated with them. And this is really where we're now seeing hybrid cloud come to the fore. So there's some confusion over what hybrid cloud is, but we're very clear. Hybrid cloud isn't just the fact that you have multiple isolated environments of IT, the new and the old. That's not good. What you want is one IT that can service with either kind of value proposition that can bridge these two worlds. So the leading organizations, how they're adapting to this challenge when they take on hybrid cloud, they focus almost exclusively on automation. They used to focus on a lot of best of breed, but you know, if you built a car through best of breed, it would be a pretty awful car. All the parts wouldn't really go together. You want to focus on the overall service provision that you're supplying. And with a hybrid cloud, they're able to move applications and data with zero changes from their on-premise trusted environment into a multi-tenant public cloud environment and back again. If you're having a conversation where people are talking about migrating applications to the cloud, that's the wrong conversation for where we are today. That was the either-or world of the public cloud model. The hybrid cloud model says that you can actually achieve this high level of agility and automation with all those cloud advantages by extending your existing IT services, not by doing something net new and then trying to reach back and plug in. And this is a really compelling proposition for businesses today. And we're seeing people really value that ability to know exactly where their data is, even though it's in the cloud. The fact that you know which data center is holding your data and services, which legal jurisdiction. Many industries have lots of regulatory compliance, etc. And you know, it's vital for those businesses to know where their data is being transacted.
Yeah. Okay, Elliot, how you're sort of talking about the hybrid cloud here. So can you sort of tell us about what's a well-run hybrid cloud? I've heard this.
Well, I think one of the key points that Richard pulled out there was the fact that it's not about a migration, a one-off migration. You're actually starting off by deliberately implementing a broker capability that allows you to make a clear decision on where's the best place to run these running IT services. In order to do that, to be able to have the capability to start up new services, for example, users need to be able to have access to a self-service portal. And in order to have items in that self-service portal, those items have to be standardized, have to be standardized services. And forcing the organization to choose what those standardized services are means that they need to have the capability to automate the provision and delivery of those services. And to bring that relevant to the different business processes, there's a layer of orchestration that has to sit on top of that. And once you've got that capability to orchestrate the business processes and deliver them through a self-service catalog, then you can layer on the other functionalities that give you visibility like showback, chargeback, and that kind of structure on top of it. So these are some of the key sort of delivery delivery criteria that we're looking from for an enterprise hybrid cloud solution, whereby the IT department is making a conscious decision: where do I run these services, and how do I move them to exactly the right point?
And the speed, so the speed of this is remarkable. The speed with which an enterprise can move itself into a hybrid cloud strategy is extremely fast because you're not making those changes. And typically, how do you tell whether a company has a well-run hybrid cloud strategy? The CEO is very happy because they get the business agility. They get line of business customers who are delighted because services are provided today, not in 5 months, which is the results of a survey that we ran ourselves to say how long does it take to provide new services. With hybrid cloud, you provide that today, and it delights line of business. The CIO is happy because IT stays in control. It still gets to deliver trusted computing. And the CFO is happy because the hybrid cloud platform isn't credit cards and things like that. This is managed, governed, compliant spend.
I was just going to pick up on one point that Elliot made, and he mentioned seamless. We hear a lot of customers talk about having to migrate to a hybrid cloud. To be quite honest, if you have a true hybrid cloud, you don't need to migrate. Okay, so this is just one thing that is worth making a point on.